Hello my beautiful creatives and welcome back to my art channel. My name is Chrissie B and I'm a creativity coach hoping to inspire you to live a more creative life every day. Now I'm playing in my soul book today and I have this 2-page spread that I've already created a long time ago, and it's really just book pages that I've adhered down with some matte medium. I thought I would do some abstract art here. So I pulled out some colors. I pulled out fluorescent magenta, fluorescent red, and pyrrole red. And I've also pulled out cobalt turquoise, cerulean blue deep, and viridian green hue. I don't know which of these I'm going to use. I don't know if I'm going to use all of them or any of them. But I just really want to play. And I kind of will just talk you through what it is that I'm doing. But I have these golden fluorescent paints, and I've never actually used this one before, this fluorescent red. I have no idea how it's going to look on this brown, this tan book page background. But it is opened, because I've already opened it. And I find that these fluorescent colors, you always have to mix when I always have to mix when I go back to use them again. So I figured I'd start the page out really bright and then tone everything down. And just kind of play. I'm just going to scrape it on, thinking about keeping it kind of thin. And I think I want to keep them all going in one direction. But again, I don't really ever plan that out very well. Just kind of do whatever I want. I have my kindergarten cap on right now. Just trying to take this color down to the bottom of the page so that this color is not just floating in midair. I just want to ground it just a little bit and clean my palette knife off at the same time. Just try not to waste any of this paint. I scrape a little bit back in if I can, and I'll pull a baby wipe out to make sure I can keep cleaning my palette knife off. Okay, I'm gonna give that a dry with my heat tool, and I'll be right back. So now that that's completely dry, I'm waffling between two ideas, and that is adding some more fluorescent, using fluorescent magenta. This was fluorescent red, this is fluorescent magenta. Or I'm also wavering on the idea of adding one of these colors because it's such a deep contrast to this fluorescent red. I'm thinking it'd be kind of cool. And I don't know if I want to go the green, the deep blue, or the cobalt turquoise, but my heart kind of says cobalt turquoise, although there's another part of me that says, like the rational brain part of me that says, who knows if that's gonna look okay. But again, I have a kindergarten cap on, so we're gonna go with it. I am gonna paint with my fingers because I feel like that just feels right somehow. Even though I've already done, you know, some palette knife. Kind of change it up a little bit. And I started way out here because I was a little bit afraid to bring the turquoise into this red, but I am not afraid anymore, so let's just do it. Loving this color combo. I think it'll look really great if I add some white to it on top. So the cool thing about this is that if you normally mix a teal and a red, they're gonna turn kind of a funky purple, depending on what paint brand you use. However, sorry, I got a catch in my throat. If I dry each layer, then it means that the layer underneath doesn't have the chance to mix with the layer I'm putting on top of it. So that is why I make such a big point of drying things, because I don't want them to mix. If I do want them to mix, then I let them stay nice and wet. I love abstract because of the fact that you can just play Doesn't have to look like a tree when you're done if you don't want it to look like a tree. Because it's abstract. So let me hit that with a heat tool. Okay, so that's dry, and because I can, I'm gonna come back in with my palette knife, and I do wanna use that magenta. I'm not sure how I feel about this color combo on here. And sometimes my favorite pages have been like crazy, like what the heck were you thinking color combos? Because they have a tendency to surprise. I like using a palette knife because I like the texture that it gives you. It's just a different texture than, you know, your finger or a paintbrush. Okay, I don't know if I'm crazy, but I actually love, love, love that. So blinking much. Okay, so full disclosure, I absolutely love it, which may make me insane, but I absolutely love it. I just don't know what to do next on it. I'm stuck. So my thoughts are to bring out maybe a white Sharpie pen and do some marks on it. I don't know. Stabilo pencil and do some scribbling on it. A little bit of everything. It's such an interesting color combination. I can't call it a cool page. I can't call it a warm page. It's kind of a neutral page almost, which is totally weird because it's so bright. But I don't know what to do. I'm gonna grab out some of my doodling pens and pencils just to be ready, because I think I've taken my kindergartner cap off and now I've gotten my overthinking Chrissie cap on. So let's put my kindergarten cap back on, and we're gonna make this super simple, meaning we're gonna stop thinking so much. I also have these cool pencils. They're all from Koh-i-Noor Magic. And I don't know if you can see this. Let's see if I can help you see this. But they have like multicolored tips on them. I'm thinking about picking one of them and using them to make marks. Now I don't think you'll see them very well. I think I'll see them probably fine. And I think I'll use the one with red, white, and blue in it. And let's not overthink. Because even you can't see that very well, I can see it. And it kind of gives me some confidence. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my fine Sharpie paint pen. This is just a paintbrush I put into that same ink. When I pumped my Sharpie pen out, a whole bunch of ink dumped out onto the my back paper, my drop paper, under paper, what do you call it? So I thought I would just pick some of that up and use it. And now that that worked so well, let's do it again. Okay, now let's try that and see what else we want to play. Okay, now for just the playing part, because I have no idea what to do, as usual. But let's start with Stabilo. Okay, so I was thinking about doing some black dots inside of these little loopy loop things, the little camel humps. But I decided to pull out one of my Dina Wakley Heavy Body metallic. I have Penny and Gilt, and I think I've chosen Penny just because it's a little bit warmer, and I feel like this page can use warmer. So let me put some paint out on my under paper and see if I can do this without making a mess. That's always a perk. Okay, so because I'm on a messy roll at the moment and I'm really liking the metallic copper, the penny color, I'm gonna use my gold Uniball Gel Impact pen. Just do it in little guy, see what we think. You can't really see that there, can you? I can see it. We're gonna go with it. And I don't know if I'm gonna do all of it, but I'm gonna do a few of these little camel humps on the inside. Okay, I really like that. It just looks so different than, I don't know. I think it's a color combination that I'm really digging. So now I'm gonna come in with my silver because I can, and do what? I don't know. Let's just keep playing. No real thought, let's just play. After I finished doodling, I feel like I finally discovered what sentiment I wanted to put on here. It just kind of came to me as I was doing my doodling. And I just used 2 different stamp sets to get that completely stamped down. And I just stamped it using Stays On ink pad, which is a permanent ink, and I stamped that onto watercolor paper. You can see after I've stamped it, I cut that out, and now I'm just trying to figure out what my layout is going to look like. And then once I decide what my layout is going to look like, I take some Aliens Fast Grab tacky glue and adhere those down, each of those words down. Because a couple of those words were so close to the spine, I was having trouble with the words popping up. So the way that I fixed that is I put a sheet of deli paper in there, and I closed my book, and I just basically weighted it down. Waited for about 5 minutes, and when I opened the book, the words are flat again. So then I was totally happy with it. So, and of course, I did some scribbly doodling around each of the words to kind of frame them and help them pop off the page a little bit. The very last thing I like to do is I like to put my date stamp on, just so I can remember when I'm in my soul book what dates I did my different art journal pages. And then I just took some my doodling pen, and I circled some of the gold copper penny doodles. Circles there. And here's just a close-up so you can see all of the juicy details. I know that this is a very different color scheme than what I normally do, but I love this so much. I'm loving just experimenting to see what colors go together and maybe what colors I don't think will go together, and just trying them out anyways. It's all about playing. I'm really getting into the spirit of playing in my art journal this year. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you liked it. And until next time, thanks so much. Bye for now.